I never thought I'd catch my sister doing something like this, not least with my boyfriend. It was Thursday evening, a week before her wedding. I was running late to drop off some last-minute decorations at her fiancé's parents' house when I took the shortcut through the garden. At first, I thought I was seeing things. There they were, my sister Emma leaning in close and my boyfriend Jake kissing her. My heart froze. My stomach turned into knots, and for a few seconds I couldn't even move. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. No, I whispered under my breath, but my voice must have carried, because they both froze and turned toward me. I backed away slowly, not wanting them to see me fully, but my mind was spinning. How long had this been going on? Was this some weird pre-wedding excitement? Or had I completely misread Jake? When I finally confronted them in the living room later that night, emotions hit like a storm. What the hell, Emma, Jake? I couldn't control the tremble in my voice. Emma's face went pale. I don't know what came over me, she stammered. Jake looked like he'd been punched. It meant nothing, I swear, he said, avoiding my eyes. I felt betrayed, humiliated, and heartbroken all at once. How could the two people I trusted most in my life do this to me? After storming out, I needed to breathe. I called my best friend Sarah, who's been my go-to for years. I saw them, I said, voice shaking. Emma kissed Jake, a week before her wedding. Sarah was silent for a moment. Then, oh wow, I don't even know what to say. Are you okay? I'm not okay. I feel like I'm in some messed up soap opera, I admitted, sitting on my bedroom floor, hugging my knees. I don't know what to do. I love Jake. I love my sister, but how do I even look at either of them now? Her advice was simple but honest. You need to figure out what you want. Confrontation is inevitable, but don't let them manipulate your feelings. You deserve clarity. I decided I couldn't let this fester. The next morning, I told Jake we needed to talk. Alone. Look, I need the truth, I said, staring at him in the small cafe near my apartment. Was that more than a kiss? He sighed, defeated. It was a mistake. A stupid, impulsive mistake. I was confused. It didn't mean anything, I promise. I wanted to believe him, but my trust had cracked. My mind kept replaying the scene in the garden. Then came Emma. I couldn't avoid her either. She cried, begged, and tried to justify herself, but the damage was done. My emotions were a roller coaster. Anger, hurt, disbelief, even a strange sense of pity. It wasn't just about the three of us anymore. My parents noticed tension immediately. Emma tried to act normal, but the distance between us was obvious. Family dinners became awkward silences. I realized that holding grudges wouldn't fix anything. I needed to focus on my own boundaries. I limited contact with both Emma and Jake, telling myself I needed time to heal. A few days later, Emma came to me with something I didn't expect. Honesty. I needed to tell you before my wedding. I've ended it with Jake. I can't marry anyone like that, and I don't want to hurt anyone anymore. I was shocked, but also relieved. She wasn't trying to manipulate me anymore. She owned her mistakes, and that was the first step toward redemption. By the day of her wedding, I realized forgiveness was the only way forward. I didn't need to forget what happened, but I could let go of the anger. Emma's wedding was awkward, but I found myself cheering her on. Jake and I didn't get back together, but I learned something invaluable about trust, boundaries, and self-respect. I posted this here because I know I'm not the only one who's been blindsided by family drama. Sometimes people disappoint us in ways we can't predict, but how we respond defines us. I learned that betrayal can come from the people you love most, but it also taught me resilience. I realized I deserve honesty, love, and respect in all my relationships. And even in family chaos, it's possible to forgive without forgetting. Some scars fade with time, others leave lessons. And sometimes, surviving the shock is what strengthens you the most. A week after the wedding, I got a message from Jake. I wasn't sure if I should read it, but curiosity and maybe a tiny shred of lingering care won. I messed up. I hope you're okay. I'm working on being a better person. I stared at the screen for a long time. Part of me still felt hurt, but another part appreciated his honesty. I replied carefully, setting boundaries. I need time and space. I hope you find what's right for you too. It felt empowering to stand up for myself, not out of anger, but out of self-respect. For the first time in weeks, I felt a little lighter. Emma and I didn't magically become best friends again, but we started small. Coffee dates, short chats, and honest conversations about the past. Slowly, I realized that people can change, but trust takes time to rebuild. "I'm sorry," she said one morning. "Not just for the kiss, but for everything I put you through." I nodded. "I know, I don't forget, but I forgive because I need to, for myself." It wasn't easy, but it felt right. Healing wasn't about erasing pain. It was about reclaiming peace. Months later, I looked back on everything and realized how much I had grown. My relationships were stronger, my boundaries clearer, and I knew my self-worth had nothing to do with someone else's mistakes. Sometimes family drama tests you in ways you never imagine, but surviving it teaches lessons no one else can. I posted this story here to share my journey, hoping it might help someone going through something similar. Life isn't perfect. People aren't perfect, but we can always find strength and clarity in ourselves.